so much. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are with regards to Agenda first?
Okay. Uh, Greetings to everyone, all the viewers, and my name is Ato Kwamina. Prefer to be called like a project manager and also a land broker.
There's many people who are actually interested
So,
in coming to Ghana. They're interested in land, but at times, because of there's been so much controversy on bad land sales and the name ASEBU,
yeah.
people say that they've had, some really bad encounters and things like that. What do you say to that? Because ASEBU is what? And what is
Yeah.
Agenda? Can you clarify
Okay.
that?
First of all, I know when the issue of ASEBU came about in terms of the land, it started with the year of returning somewhere in 2019. Then the paramount chief of ASEBU traditional area decided that he's going to give the diasporans those that have decided to return back home free land.
So when you say free, what exactly did that
Okay,
mean?
that's the term. I don't
Okay.
know how free it is, but the question also that we need to ask ourselves is there a system in Ghana here that lands are given free of charge and all that? So
Mm.
it created a problem, and yeah,
Okay. So when we think about land, because there's been many chiefs who have actually offered land,
yeah,
but we still have to pay for the registration, the clearing of the land, and
yes,
with regards to the government
yes.
and things to that nature, and even COLA towards the chiefs. So it's not I mean, in America, it's not free, but there's a difference in psychology.
Project,
They
yeah,
wanted to offer the land, but we would take care of
of
the
yes,
legalities.
yeah.
So that's normal. Now, you also mentioned something we talked about yesterday regarding family lands.
Okay,
Can you
okay,
clarify that?
so let me touch a little bit about the ASEBU issue. So when this land distribution started, which I am not part of that area or process, so I
Okay.
didn't, yeah, I won't go into in depth. But what really happened was that there was a lot of issues in terms of who owns and who have the right to give the land for free. And also the topic that came about amongst the locals is that we the locals are around. We've never been offered a free land in terms of
Oh.
even the youth. So that created a tension and all that. And then the family that owns the land also said or mentioned that there wasn't much, consultation between the paramount chief and then the family. So there was back and forth.
Oh, so
So
that created some
yes, some tension.
issues with the
Yes,
Americans who
yes.
came for
Who
free
came?
land, but yet the families came like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So was it ever resolved so that the Americans could understand what
It,
exactly happened?
it's actually a challenge to say to personally to say that whether it's been resolved or what, because the family that feels that they owns the land also said that no, there's no way. I think they need. There's been some court issues here and there. Then
Wow.
they also need. They also feel.
Hold the thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, finish it then.
they also feel that what do you call it? There's supposed to be an in-depth consultation with them so that they can give a go ahead and all that. So
Okay.
they've not been much in terms of solution now.
So what is the difference between agendum and a sabu?
Okay, fine. First of all, let's look at our land tenure system. Who owns what in
Okay.
Ghana? In Ghana, not like in the States where that probably I'm sure the government owns greater part of the United States land, but in Ghana, yeah, 80% of land are owned by families and custodial. We call custodial stool land or family land,
Okay.
and we have the freehold
Mm-hmm.
land, and then we also have the public.
And what is the freehold? What does that mean?
Okay, the freehold is I personally actually that's my land and I'm selling. We have but not much individuals who own certain land.
Yeah.
And then but what I'm very familiar with that I work with that gives me peace of mind and all that is the family or royal
So
land.
you think that the family or royal land that has a clear understanding about what's being distributed
Yes.
is more safer for the
Yes.
for
Okay. Let's look at this. How I started at Jacob, I did an in-depth search and find this in terms of and clear understanding of how that royal family is. First of all, whether there's a peace among the family, because sometimes also when there's a discord and all that within that big nuclear family.
Okay.
There will be a tension whereby party A will
That
say,
makes
okay, we
sense.
want to sell it. Party B will say, no, we don't want. But when all of them have a common goal to sell and develop, use the
Okay.
money to develop the community and all that, it makes it so easy. So with Agyedem, one thing that people don't know is that many part of Ghana here, paramount chiefs don't own land. Paramount chiefs,
Oh, the paramount
chiefs
So it's
don't
the
own.
family.
Yes, the families. Amongst the, even though the paramount chief is there to help in terms of administration and spearhead certain developments and all that, but when it comes to developmental projects, even government wanting a certain space or land to develop, they come and see. First of all, probably they will go to the paramount chief, and then also the paramount chief will call the family or the chief who is in charge of that area and talk to the family that owns the land. That's how it works.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you pretty much answered the most important
Yes.
things. Um, so what is the process for, I mean, for someone like me? I still have not purchased yet because
Okay.
I showed you all the land that I like,
Yeah.
but they're still, deliberating. I guess, I don't know. But
Yes.
I said I need to know more about it because the viewers, they want to make sure that they land in a safe place
Yes.
with safe people, with people that are professional and that are not going to take advantage of them.
Them.
We don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. They don't have time for it.
So first of all, if you are not sure of the family that you are buying from, and you know the location
Okay.
and where the land is, please, this is a basic ones you can find out from people that lives around that community.
Okay.
They have most of the information. If there's a discord on the line, if there's a court case, or if the family is fighting and all that, they will let you know.
So that's usually found in the rural locations.
Yes,
though, right?
very peaceful when it comes to the rural
But when it
areas.
comes to the city,
The
like
big
crowd,
city, Accra and all that, I don't. Yes, I don't want to go
Okay, no
go there
problem.
at all. But my experience is the side here, and then also most of the time when we were starting this project here, we didn't meet one person to listen and take note of the history of the land and then the family.
Okay.
Is very vital.
Okay.
And then in terms of their goal or their expectations when
Oh,
they start selling it, it is also
understandable.
very important. So first of all, another biggest aspect or information that I want to give is, people think that a chief is actually the main person that is in charge of the family. No,
Oh, okay.
there's someone they call the head of the family.
Okay.
The head of the family is not the chief.
Oh, okay.
The head of the family carries a lot of authority, power.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because remember, you become a chief through your elders.
Wow. Okay.
So yes,
So it still has to be approved by the
yes,
elders.
by the elders. The chief, most of the time, we see them as, even though they are leaders and carry the custodial rights and all that, they are also like a witnesses to the process, but the head of the family. So those that have indentures and all that, you can always watch. The head of the family signature and name counts boldly before witnesses or the linguists and other indentures. They play a very important role. When they say we are not going to sell the land or lease it or give it to anyone, you have no say. Yeah.
Can you tell me right off, like, what exactly are the steps for one?
Okay.
Like, say if they want, because I've never been in the promotion of buy
Yes.
land when you're abroad. So what's the process exactly? What should they expect?
We cannot be perfect 100%. I do tell people, but also the trust and then the belief, because you can imagine taking care of over 200
Of course.
people.
That's a
It's
lot
not
of
it's not, and I'm not talking about just one plot. Some an acre, some 6 plot, 4 plot, 3 plot. So it really pleases my heart also, because I'm looking at bringing people back to the motherland. That's the first of all, because I've not made, when I look at in terms of, I look at the monetary aspect from my side. I am still using my old truck,
Okay.
and haven't even finished my, but I'm so fulfilled of
Okay.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The people coming to Ghana, meeting you for the first time, going out there, tell the story that I'm able to build my house because of Ato.
Right.
I'm able to do this. I'm able to settle in Ghana. I'm able to move around because of Red Ringo and his team.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased with it first.
Okay.
And then the amazing community that they are in as well.
I understand.
When the community are very hostile to you, I'm telling you, you cannot settle.
Wow. Okay.
But this is a community that I've embraced everyone.
Well, thank you for emphasizing that, because I was just like, just give us the straight.
Yes.
Give us how much first.
Yes,
but you
but
made sure
yes,
to.
I have to make
have
sure
us
that
to understand, like,
yes,
there's a big difference between
different.
a family that's open to you and willing to disperse the land and welcome you into the communities versus a family that's not happy with
Yes.
it. You know, there's a big difference. There's
Yes.
no need in even trying to get land where there's a dispute, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One good aspect of this area and the process is that we have an office here.
Okay.
Apart from the Red Ringo office, which I facilitate on behalf of the diasporans Ghanaians that are in abroad, we also have the Royal Family Office at the Palace, which most of the time is very important.
Okay.
So that if there's any information that you want, there are people at the office, at the Palace, and you've seen the office, you've met some of the chiefs, elders, and all that at the office, and I break down things so that people understand, like, how you know about my process. First of all, there's nothing like a consultation fee from my side. Yes, but what I do is that when I receive the money on your behalf, the money is paid to the chief's office, then the elders office. They have a secretary and all that. They have a process, and then so administrative wise, you get your receipt with about 4 signatures: the head of the family, the another elder, and then the chief, and then the buyer, and then who. So if I'm the one buying on your behalf, I will send you I will sign it as one of the witness. And then even if you are not around, that space that you will have, the buyer will sign will be left, just will be left blank, so that when you receive the receipt, you can sign it off. So that's the first thing. And then when you paid, now the receipt is shown to people that we call the demarcation officers. They also belongs to the palace. So the demarcation officers will see, okay, you've paid for 2 or 5 plots. So when they see, and then in terms of which location, because Agyendem is big, we have Hibiscus area, we have Marcus Garvey area, we have the west side hills, and we have the Black Star area. Where we are forms part of the Black Star area. So it's very big. So after interaction, before I pay and I show you few videos and you love the area, then I tell them, okay, we are going this side because that's where the person wants. So this is how the process works. So when they come, there's a fee for that, for demarcation, because it doesn't fall part of the land money. Yes. So there's a demarcation fee. And after that, we put a marking pillars. So if it's 3 plots, 4 plots and all that, we put a marking pillars, and you will put your initials on those markers, the pillars, the concrete pillars, so that even if you are not ready to build and you come there, you'll be able to see your marking pillars with your initials on it. We have that. Then the process of surveying of the land comes in. That is when a qualified surveyor comes in, plot the land in terms of, because now he's going to start with the documentation. He will put the history of the land, who owns it, because that's the process that the government wants them to follow. And then also they take in terms of take the measurements, and then start the process with the surveying department and other departments and all that. So there's also a fee for that, for the surveyor. So it's also, and then after that, the document comes back to the office when he's done, and then the chief and then the elders, the senior elders will sign them off. About 4 people from the palace office will sign those documents off, and then that document will be given back to the surveyor to go to the High Court in Cape Coast to do the final certification and then signing at the High Court.
Wow. Okay, so there's multiple steps, but
there's
thank
multiple
you for
steps.
Making it very clear that these things are not free.
Yes, no. Agyendem, nothing for free. I will not even love to be given a free land. The reason why I will not love is that, what about in the future when that chief that gave or that king that gave that land for free is no more there.
Yeah.
Do you know what the other generation is going to demand?
But then also with the payments, I've noticed that, or people buying
Yes.
their time here, because it's not necessary. They only receive like 50 years though, right?
Yes.
As a foreigner.
Yes.
But if they marry a Ghanaian, it's like 99 years,
yes.
right? So no one actually owns land right out.
Not even
in
Ghanaians.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just to clarify that.
Yeah, even Ghanaians as well. It's a lease,
lease.
metomda. But
Okay.
one good thing is we have houses. For example, you've been to our royal family home in Cape Coast.
Yes.
Over 200 and something years. No one has come forward to say, oh, this and this. It's just that.
It reminds me of the North, actually.
Yes, that's very important. That's most of the time where I want to emphasize on when it comes to the clearing of the land. When you look around, there is bush. But you'll be surprised that when the time comes, there's this tree called acacia tree, where the locals use to manufacture charcoal.
If this were my land, I wouldn't want to tear it.
Yes,
I like
you like the tree. Yes. So in situation like that, that's why the land price is very cheap. Simply because we don't want to make it like a package and then people will not be able to pay. So some areas you find out that there are few coconut trees or palm trees. Not everywhere that you find fruit trees or acacia trees. So what they do is they will count what is on the land. That is separate from the land price, because whoever that owns that trees, that it probably is not a member of the family. They just asked in there some years back or centuries to just grow those things, but they know that generation comes and go, and then there's a time that development is coming, so they are aware. So what we do is that we count whatever that is on the land, and then compensate whoever that those trees are for. Yes. There are some places that when you visit, you see some like palm tree, if there's a palm tree or coconut tree and all that left on the land, depending on, most of the time, also, if you are not sure of where your land is going to be situated, it's going to cost you a lot, because a section will be cleared. And when you get your blueprint and your engineer tells you that, no, we are going to put it here, so all this is supposed to be moved because it's going to disrupt the construction and all that. So it depends on where you are going to situate your building.
I think I saw
yes, it's like $1.50 or so per tree, but not every tree also that. Yes,
I know what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of like land conservation or like environmental protection thing within the community?
Yes, as example where we are sitting now, it's where we are not going to touch it.
Okay.
You know, yes, it's a mountain top and there's no way.
Okay.
And there are places that we've kept it. So when you go around, you see people build it, but you still see the place so
beautiful and lush.
Yes.
And we like that.
Yes. So it's not that they are selling no, they don't want to destroy, because people are coming here because of the hills and mountains and the greenery and then the vegetations. So there's no way that we can touch them. And we even encourage people to rather plant more trees here. So when you go to certain houses, you can see that they have more trees than what they even made, nicely arranged. Let me bring another important thing that people do ask in terms of the land registration and the land certificate deed.
Okay.
Yes. First of all, you look at the land here in Agenda. It's vast land. It's huge. And most of the time, not every royal family, or not, I'm not sure you will even get 2% that can say they will be able to register all the lands that they own. You talk of families that sometimes own like 5,000 acres, 10,000 acres, 20,000 acres and all that. How are they going to get the money to register all those land? And also one thing that we believe is in terms of the rural areas and even in the north and all that, I'm telling you, if the land was not sold to you by the family, the royal family or the family and all that, look, you can go ahead and buy it from any other person and go ahead and register it at the Lands Commission. But if they say they are not going to allow you to build, they would, you can even go to court and all that, and they will not. You know, the system that work in the Western world and here is totally different. We have our traditional, way of doing things.
But they won't sabotage after the process is done,
yes.
Right? I mean, I'm saying they will not do that thing. Like if they grant permission, it is
yes.
Okay, I just want to clarify
that is why when you come to ASEBU here, when you start even an inquiry, I introduce you to lot of members for you to talk to them
Right,
first.
right.
They would share, and it's very important. That's the basic things that people don't do, and they end up, get buying a land that or have litigations and all that because they didn't. Because people around that area can tell you that there's a problem on this land. Don't go.
I think what I also enjoy, or what I've heard, about what's going
Yeah,
on here, is that there's a lot of developments,
a lot.
such as with a transformation of the
Yes,
marketplace,
yes,
which I never even thought that that was possible. Although I've had some ideas up in the
yeah,
north, but when I heard about that, I was really excited
yeah,
because they're excited, the community
yeah.
members, and then also wanting to transform the clinic
Very well.
into a hospital.
Yeah,
That's pretty major.
yeah.
And then, just kind of like restoring the marketplaces, boosting the morale of the people
People
to help beautify and
find the
things like,
place.
because I love nature
Nature.
too. And I know many of the viewers do
Yes,
as well.
it is to me. It actually a blessing
Okay.
for the diasporans to come here. I travel a lot. I've lived abroad, school, and worked in abroad, and I love that because the number that is coming, they are not just coming to build and sit. There's a lot of community development that and empowerment that they are showing, and I love that.
Yeah.
For years, the when getting to agenda, even though the market is at ASEBU,
Oh,
toilet facilities and bathrooms and all that, and the experience have seen that no, we need to get this because we cannot just come and add to the number and all that.
okay.
So they are bringing a lot of initiatives. They are not just coming to build.
Okay.
They are helping
So
clinics going around.
oh, that's what I was gonna say. That clinic is servicing many different,
Yes,
like almost cities. I mean, we would call them cities. You guys
yeah,
call them communities,
yes,
though?
communities.
But
Yeah,
they're pretty much like cities.
yes.
Almost 19 cities. Is it true?
Yes, the community, yes.
The
We have
clinic
the
is
clinic, yes.
servicing.
Especially the maternity clinic, even
Right.
though we have, but the one in ASEBU sells a lot of nearby communities. And that's small. They even call it a chip compound. So if
Oh,
something like is a
okay.
chip, if then you know how small it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they lack amenities and all that. So the diasporans that have settled and are happy to empower and help the community are taking initiatives,
Yeah.
and they are going all out to mobilize and help those clinics.
I've seen some.
Yes.
I've seen them, and I'm just like, wow. Okay, it's very inspiring.
Yes.
I think that this will be enough for our viewers today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you for sharing because I've learned a
Yeah.
lot as well. It's very important that they understand,
Yeah.
what's in store, the possibilities. And I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions,
Questions.
you can be found on YouTube.
Yeah.
Your channel name is
Red Ringo.
Red Ringo.
Yes, Red
And
Ringo.
also, you have a WhatsApp number if people want to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. If they want to WhatsApp me, it's plus 233. The code
Okay.
plus 233 55 282 1145.
You have to mention ESEU.
Yes, it's very important.
You have to put my name there, guys.
Yes. So please, also very important. Those people have the right to ask questions regarding land. Yes, that's very
Thank you.
important.
Yeah, because I just a moment ago just mentioned, or excuse me, you said that's the ASEBU market. You have to go through ASEBU in
Market
order
and to agenda.
reach
Yeah.
Agendum. And think about that. Those in the community of Agendum are concerned about the market,
That's
which
it.
you drive through to enter Agendum. They want to beautify it.
Yes.
So that's what we were talking about. And that's very, very diaspora
Yes.
of them, so that it brings in more tourists, brings in more interest, and then also just a caliber of people that are serious, and that want to, live in a community where you're planting trees, taking care of the environment, keeping things clean, and also boosting the morale of the local people and letting them know that we work very well together.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay.
And everyone is welcome in
Okay.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Come back home, and there are places so peaceful and litigation free. So just do your due diligence before you buy a land in Ghana. Is very important.
And how do they do their due diligence?
Ask questions. Look, like, okay, for my side,
Okay.
the process is I introduce people to,
Oh.
yeah, like what I've been doing all the
I've
time.
met many.
Yes.
I have met many people, and they're just like, yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
We're talking about people from all over the
The
world:
world.
Americans, Canadians,
Jamaicans, yeah.
Jamaicans, people from the islands, UK. They're all living
Yeah.
here. Ghanaians that have lived abroad and come back.
And I also have my home here, so
Oh,
it tells
you've
you
been
that
building
yes,
too?
yes,
Oh,
I'm
you are
building. So
building
yeah,
too. Okay,
so it tells
thank
you that,
for
yeah.
that. So there's just a lot of great energy that I like, and so I'm here for it. Thank
And
you,
stay
everyone.
blessed.
Bye.